Happy Aloha Tuesday. Welcome to the HFG show. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna have a quick 3 ways to catch more fish. It's kind of common sense, so pay attention. Um, Working at a tackle shop, I talk with a lot of people, and a lot of people express to me problems that they have not being able to catch fish. And I have 3 quick, simple instructions, I guess tips you want to call them. 3 tips to catch more fish. And I'm going to go from 3 down to number 1. Number 3, stop thinking and go fish. Guys come in where they've been brainstorming, they've been scouring the internet, they've been asking hundreds of people, what about this? What about that? What about this? What if I go here, this and this and that? What about if I go fish here instead of there? What do you guys know about the moon tide, all this stuff? The moon phase, the weather, the barometric pressure. Stop thinking and go fish. That is my first tip. You're not going to catch fish if you don't put bait in the water. Okay? Scouring the internet, asking 100 people, not going to catch you fish. You might learn a little bit more. You might be a better fisherman in the long run. But still yet, you got to go get one hook wet. Stop thinking, go fish. Number 2, match your hooks to your bait. Everybody asks, what's the best hook for this? What's the best hook for that? There is no best size hook. You cannot just get by with buying only one size hook. You should have a nice spread of different size hooks that meet your criteria. So if you like BKNs or circle hooks, you should definitely have a nice assortment of different sizes so you can match your hook to your bait. Sometimes people are using too small of a hook. Sometimes people are using too big of a hook. Have a nice spread. Match your bait to your hook. That's my tip number 2. And my number 1 tip, if you guys like catch more fish, check your bait. All right, we talked about this in the past. We gave you a little time frame for different types of bait. This is mostly for shoreline fishing. If you're using shrimp, check your bait every 10 minutes. If you're using Ika, check your bait every 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes per pole. Ika, 15 to 20 minutes. Taco, 20 to 30 minutes. Every time you cast them out, you bring them in, still get bait. If you're kind of tight on your bait, switch it out. But if it's like an hour and you've already checked bait like 3 times, maybe it's time to take that bait off, chuck it in the water, put on a fresh bait and go. Sometimes people will change their bait every time they cast. 15 to 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes for taco, 15 to 20 for Ika, every 10 minutes for shrimp, because everything loves shrimp. That is my three tips for catching more fish. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the comments right now while I'm live. We haven't really had too much new stuff today. It's my first day back from my weekend. Not a whole lot of deliveries. We did get Tough Bubble restock. Large clear. Salty Kainoa, it just asked Tabi restock. If you haven't been to our website and you haven't signed up for notifications, I don't know what to tell you, because last week or the week before we got loads of Tabis. I'm looking right now. There's a couple pukas on the wall, but if there's a certain size Tabi that you're looking for, a certain Tabi or a certain size that you're looking for, sign up for notifications, especially anything that's on our website. Before you come on the live and ask when we're going to get restocked, don't ask that question unless you've already signed up for notifications on our website. We have a lot of products. We're trying to work it down to just the heavy hitters, but the notifications is your greatest tool. Okay, what would be more stiff, Nitro Extra Heavy or Carnage Heavy? Carnage Heavy will be more stiff than the Nitro Extra Heavy. All right. Nitro Extra Heavy, heaviest you can go up to is 80-pound test. All right. And then the Carnage Heavy, I think it's rated up to 100-pound test. So the Carnage Heavy will be more stiffer than the Nitro. You guys ever going to restock on Tiburon frames and spools? Yes, we will. Not until probably March though. All right. It's we're not necessarily waiting on an order. We're just letting the stuff that we have already kind of run out, and then boom, we're gonna hit you guys back up with some more stuff. Okay, if you guys got the questions, drop them in the comments right now. Let me see if we missed any other good questions. What's good baits for papio? Shrimp, ika, taco. Live bait that you catch right where you're fishing. Um, Never sleep on the live bait. I know a lot of you guys, you spend all week trying to find taco. Go to where you're fishing. Little bait pole, shrimp, or whatever you can get. Sometimes even bread works. Catch a little bait fish from right around where you at. Try it out on your extra pole. You casting taco on your main pole. Try one live bait on another pole. Try it out. You guys just go. Take a little bucket with you. Catch a live bait. Pop some aerators. Keep them fresh. Cast out the live bait. See what happens. You might get action. Okay. Junior says, hey, no, Bill, nobody told me Danielson line is doo-doo. I've been using it as a main line for years. Hey, Junior, if you're on a budget, Danielson line does have a breaking strength. But I've noticed that it's really soft. And I tell you right now, it doesn't cast that well. It has that really bad line memory. When it gets hot, it'll hold that shape. One of the reasons why we don't recommend it. But if you're on a budget, bruh, that's all you got, use them. That's my opinion, of course, that Danielson monofilament is what we consider a doo-doo line. Maybe not for your main line, but great for your lead line. Okay. Jeffrey says, aloha. What's up, Jeffrey? First rule of fishing, you'll never catch fish sitting in your house. That's pretty much, that was my first tip that we just dropped. Let's see what other questions we got while we're here live. Scroll down on Instagram. What's up, fam to blessings? Danielson equals lead line. That's pretty much what the general consensus is that Danielson is kind of like just a lead line. I wouldn't trust it on your main line, especially when you have stuff like Berkeley Trilene Big Game. The monofilament that we stock on our website is pretty much the best that we can get from our distributor. Danielson, if you like a little bit stiffer, the Andy is great. We have J-line monofilament sometimes, not all the time. They don't keep it stocked all the time. And then, of course, the Cajun red line. Some people just like that red line. All right. Does the color of UV light make a difference in curing times? When it comes to UV, you got to look it up. If you really want to go in depth, there's different wavelengths of UV. Some of them can actually be harmful for your skin and your eyes. So please be cautious when choosing a UV light that's not an off-the-shelf UV light that's meant for resin. So you can go buy a UV light that might be for like finding pet stains or sanitizing something, and that might be a little too harmful for yourself, or might not be for what you intended for your grubs. Some people really like those nail salon UV curing lights because they use it for curing the nail, what is it called, the nail polish, but not necessarily the color. It's the wavelength. Okay. 5K Stratic FL spool fit the 4K frame? Yes, it should. Andy for spinning, Trilene for conventional. Is Salty Levi's piece on that one? All right. Andy or Trilene for spooling reels? Yeah, that's pretty much what I suggest. We also have the Berkeley Pro Spec, which is a premium monofilament line. And then also we have bulk spools of the Jinkai, which has slowly been building a nice reputation amongst some shorecasters. It's still kind of new on the market for shorecasting. The boat guys love it, but Jinkai is another great line for bait casting. All right, right over here, somebody asked a pretty good question. What are your top 3 must-have grub colors? My personal top 3, Revolver from Campania Lures, which is a clear with a nice flake hologram in there. I also like the Abalone from Campania Lures. That's a darker profile grub for the dirty water days. The Revolvers for the clean water days. And for when I just want to catch anything, whether it's Hinaleas, rockfish, or a papio, small papios, I love the Oama from Campania Lures. If you want to go with different brand with what's it called, Hawaiian Angler, I like the Motor Oil Red, the Purple Obake. These are all CT grubs. These are all like the ones from Ibisasaki. And then I like Aqua. Aqua is always a good color. It catches different species of fish. Aqua is the #1 colors for Kule and stuff like that. All right, let's scroll down now. Let's see. Can I slide bait on sand? Okay, Melky Mel MJ. The answer to that question is yes. Is it going to be humbug? Yes. You can slide on sand, but here's the thing: is when you're on a sandy beach, you're basically horizontal with your water. When you're on a rock, you have that nice little ledge, and you can slide bait down at a better angle. When you're on the beach, your angle is like less, and you're gonna be doing this a lot with the one-way slides, trying to get the bait deeper in the water. It's better to slide on a higher surface off the rocks because you get that vertical drop as opposed to just one small angle. You're gonna be trying to work that bait down the line. Might as well just bait cast already if you're on the beach. You can slide on the beach, but I tell you right now, it's gonna be in your best interest to give yourself a nice little altitude. Okay. What's a fish you want to catch? Me personally, nothing. I'm pretty good. I love o'eo. I love papio. I love catching a lure. Nothing beats the feeling of catching a lure, especially when you're targeting it. I don't know, fish. I wouldn't mind catching a good size ahi from the boat or something like that. All right. Somebody else responded. Salty Levia says, replied back to Melky's question about casting, slide baiting on sand. We've tried it in the past, but it just seemed like kind of like too humbug and not really worth the time and the effort. Moving your pole back and forth to try to get your slide down. If you go someplace where you have it just shoop, it slides right down, as opposed to trying to rock your pole back and forth. It's really kind of humbug. Okay. So Governor Guam asks, Aloha Bill, if your rod setups had to go, but you could keep 2 of them, which 2 would you keep and why? Medium heavy nitros, with my 344s. I would keep those, and then I would keep my Tika 10'6". Those are the rods that get the most use out of my arsenal. They're the ones that I just kind of like my go-to. They kind of do a little bit of everything. The medium heavy nitros, 40 or 50 pound tests on those 344s. I can paddle out with them. I can cast them, and then the Tika is just an all-around great rod, which might be getting replaced sometime soon with a LSJ. I love the profile of the Major Craft LSJs. A lot lighter, so the Tika might be on its way out, by the way, because getting a little bit more harder to get those ones. Hey, what's up, Primetime PP? Brother used to. I'm not sure if you're still on KCM. One of my high school classmates, PP, Primetime PP, from used to be on KCCN. I'm not sure if you're still on the radio, but how's it, brother? Nice seeing you. Okay, motor oil with glitter is Ace Cables. A lot of people say Doyle from CHL is a good soft bait as well. How's the UAM Allure rods? Cali, they're decent off-the-shelf rods. We don't necessarily stock them because it's not good. They're not like ideal for our business setting. The margins aren't that great. If we're going to help promote them, we might as well get other rods that are easier to get. So they're good rods, just not cut out, not really ideal for our business model. All right. My man, mahalos for the shout out. What's up? Hit me up sometime, brother. All right. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to dip in real quick, give you guys my quick 3 pointers to catch more fish, and then answer some of your questions. I got to hell out. I'll be back tomorrow. We should have a nice long question and answer session with Wallace. If you're watching this video later in the day and you do have a question, you have something you want to say, drop it in the comments. We read all of our comments. I respond to as many comments as I possibly can, whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all those different ones. Drop a question in the comments. I love starting our video with a really good question from before. So if you have a great question, please feel free to drop it in the comments. And if you watched us for the last 14 minutes, you enjoyed the banter, the conversation, the questions and answers, make sure you leave a like, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow. Aloha.